Just the two of us. My name is Elise. I'm 44 years old and my life has revolved around one person. My son Lenny. I've raised him alone since he was little. The world hasn't been kind, but we've always managed to find light in each other. Every struggle, every late night talk, every laugh over a cheap dinner created a bond deeper than words. Now Lenny is 22. He works, studies, and carries more responsibility than someone his age should. Despite his strength, I can still see the boy who once clung to my hand. When life got too heavy one cold evening after a long day, Lenny came home completely drained. His steps were slow, his face pale from exhaustion. I told him to lie down, covered him with a thick blanket, and watched as he drifted off to sleep. In that quiet room, I could hear my own heartbeat echoing in the stillness. I looked at him and realized how much he had grown and how much he had sacrificed. There was pride in my heart, but also sorrow. I wished his path had been easier. As I sat there lost in thought, the doorbell suddenly rang. The man at the door. I opened the door and saw Mark, our neighbor. He stood there with his usual warm smile, holding a small toolbox. Evening. Elise, just wanted to check if your heater's working all right. The cold's been brutal tonight. His kindness immediately softened the air. It wasn't the first time Mark had offered help, but that night his presence felt different, comforting, steady. I invited him in, and he began checking the vents and adjusting the heater. While he worked, I noticed Lenny standing in the hallway, half awake, watching us silently. His expression was hard to read, somewhere between curiosity and unease, maybe even a touch of jealousy. For years it had only been the two of us, me and him against the world. Seeing someone new step into that space must have felt strange to him, and truthfully it felt strange for me too. When Mark finished, he stayed for a short chat. His laughter filled the house, warming the walls that had once known only quiet. When he finally left, the silence returned, but it wasn't the same silence anymore. Later that night, I found Lenny sitting alone, staring at the floor. "Are you okay, sweetheart?" I asked gently. He hesitated before answering. "I'm fine, Mom. It's just weird. It's been us for so long. I don't know how to handle it when someone else steps in." His words pierced straight through me. He wasn't angry, he was scared. Scared of change, scared of losing what little sense of safety we'd built together. I took his hand and smiled softly. "Lenny, we'll always have each other. That will never change, but life can stay still forever. It's okay to let new people in, to grow, to change, to live." He didn't reply, but I could see in his eyes that he understood more than he could say. The beginning of change. Days passed quietly until one afternoon Mark knocked again. This time it was just a small favor. He came to fix a loose vent in the kitchen. I made him some tea and soon we were all sitting at the table together. Lenny joined us, a bit unsure at first, but soon the conversation flowed. Mark cracked a few jokes and for the first time in a long while, laughter filled our home again. The tension began to fade, replaced by something lighter, something almost like peace. That evening, as I prepared for bed, I stood by the window watching the snow fall softly outside. The world was quiet again, but in a gentler way. It no longer felt lonely. It felt alive. I realized something important that night. Life doesn't announce change with grand gestures. It comes quietly, through a knock on the door, a kind smile, a conversation over tea. Lenny and I had spent years surviving, but maybe for the first time, we were learning how to really live. I knew things wouldn't always be easy. There would still be challenges ahead, moments of doubt and fear, but I also knew this: we were ready now, strong enough to face the world and brave enough to welcome whatever came next.